There are certain players who seem certainly get bans with their disciplinary records. Ball on from Hilton. Joseph Hoskins! Sammy Hoskins scored for Northampton. 26 and a half minutes of the new campaign gone, and last season's leading scorer is up and running, folks. Super ball by Danny Hilton. Hoskins away inside the opposition penalty area, and a blasted right foot finish gave the coach of the keeper, Hornby, no chance at all. Northampton Town are bouncing into the new season. Cobblers once, Hoskins right-footed, scores! Super penalty into the bottom right-hand corner of the net. No chance for Hornby. Hoskins scores for the second time this afternoon and restores Northampton Town's lead. A second controversial penalty of the contest, but it is Northampton Town 2. Colchester United 1. Peter Walton's justice has been done there.
Well, I say justice has been done, but the second time this afternoon you mentioned it, that's the second penalty kick that may be given, may not be given. In this instance it was given for the Cobblers.
On that right-hand side, plays it forward looking for Hoskins. That's a decent pass. Hoskins inside the penalty right-hand side. Turns and crosses into the near post. Pinnock, Hayes is in there! Hayes has scored! Ryan Hayes on his Cobblers debut. The Northampton ball player scores from close range. And Northampton Town, you never know, folks, they might just have pinched this with less than 2 minutes of the contest to play. Great ball by Lintott, great cross by Hoskins, and after Pinnock initially let it run, Haynes was out, a fire home from close range. Just hang on to the lead, Northampton Town. You've blown it twice, don't blow it a third time. That's my message to you. We've got 90 seconds to play here at Sixfields.
From the position it was, Bird would have been in trouble, but thankfully just dollied into his hand.
Bowie's ball to Hoskins, got inside the penalty right-hand side, pulls it across the goal. Yes! Sammy Hoskins breaks the deadlock. It's a super finish, and the provider is the star man, Kieran Bowie. Great pass, a wide angle for Hoskins, but he kept his head, got his head up, and fired home from an acute angle wide of the desperate Grimsby keeper Max Crocombe. That's a fine finish. It means it's 5 goals now in what is that, 2 and a bit league games for Sammy Hoskins, and Northampton Town break the deadlock here in Cleethorpes. Well, I say that, he goes short. Everybody waited for the long throw, it goes short and Williams. Williams with a better crossing opportunity, crosses it in, and it's towards goal, goes over the keeper, falls again for Hilton, and denied at the last, and McLaw's in there! And Tyler McLaw, I think at the last touch, or was it Danny Hilton? Either way, the Cobblers score. It is Tyler McLaw's first goal for Northampton Town. The Cobblers stepping up the pace after that drinks break and breaking through. The cross ball from this near side was initially controlled by Hilton. The strike superbly blocked of Louis Apre. Apre gets away, flicks it inside to Lintott, but it comes back to Apre. This is a chance for Lintott to cross right-footed into the penalty. It goes Hilton in with the keeper. Keeper's dropped it. Here's a chance for 2-1. Drilled home. No, yes, it is done by Apre. It will count. What's the referee given? Has he given the goal? I'm not sure. He's got his hands up. There's no flag from the linesman. The celebration's gone in front of the North Stand. Has the goal been given? What's he doing here? The referee, I wonder what he's doing here, folks. Hang on to your hats. He certainly hasn't pointed at the centre circle. Apre, if the goal stands, is the goal scorer, but his first in the league this season. Still the celebrations for the Cobblers. And I think he's going to go long with this throw. He does. He loops it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Lintott heads on. Force for Hoskins. Hoskins scores! What a way to celebrate your 300th Cobblers appearance with a sweet right foot strike that put the Cobblers level with 30 minutes of the contest gone. And he comes across to this near side and he takes a shirt from the kitman Adam Morton. Can't see what it says at the moment.
I was going to say 300 surely.
It's going to be a tribute to James,
isn't it? To James Alger's wife, I think, rather than a celebration of his 300th appearance. That's a nice moment, and it also gives the Cobblers players a chance to take on some water. There we go. I'm reading "Thinking of You, Alge" is the message with a little kiss afterwards. So our thoughts and prayers are with him tonight. Hoskins right foot, Pinnock left foot. Hoskins goes for goal and scores! Sammy Hoskins scores for the second time tonight. Dreamland for the man on his 300th appearance. That's a super finish, right foot curler, wide of the wall and into the bottom right hand corner of the Crawley net. Sam Hoskins on fire. Northampton Town have come from behind to lead here in Sussex. Crawley won, Northampton Town 2, and your man Sammy has got both Northampton Town goals.
Who said that was a shooting chance? I should do this for a living, shouldn't I? Really?
And get a dramatic late winning. He's on the ball here, actually. Here he goes. Sammy Hoskins right inside the penalty. Go on, Sam. Sam Hoskins crossing in. It's not the better delivery, but he does find Bowie. Bowie with a shot. Right foot shot into the net. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Kieran Bowie, right foot. First goal for the Cobblers. And he seems to have stolen all the points for Northampton Town in fine fashion. Sammy Hoskins on his 300th appearance was the architect with a terrific right foot cross. Bowie just stepping aside from the defender and lashing the ball home right footed. And the Cobblers have 2.5 minutes to see this out in Sussex. Bowie, the Scotsman on loan from Fulham. He's the star man again, isn't he, folks? It's Crawley Town 2, Northampton Town 3. Wow.
Where on earth?
Peter Walton.
Where on earth did that come from? Where Sammy Hoskins had the ball there.
Well, not playing that well at the moment. That's Pinnock nicely played. Here's Bowie crossing the ball in. Chance for Hoskins and a goal back. Northampton Town have scored. Just when you thought the Cobblers might be having a nightmare first half, they halve the arrears. And who else but Sammy Hoskins? Burgess still up for the corner. Into the near post it goes. And into the net! Northampton Town have stabbed an equaliser right to the net. And you know what? You know what, folks? I think the boy Hoskins has scored direct from the corner. Northampton Town have equalised. And Sammy Hoskins, oh, can you believe this? Right foot delivery. There are Cobblers fans on the pitch now. And Northampton Town, in the 97th minute, have rescued a point. Strike from Hoskins, takes the free kick, plays it to the back post, headed back into the 6-yard box, and into the net, and it's gone in. Northampton Town have scored. Oh, I think that's a horrible mistake, isn't it, by Nick Zanev? It appeared to be food and drink to the home keeper, but somehow he's let it slip out of his grasp. Really heavy. This is Pinnock in the middle third. Lovely little back heel to win himself some space and take it away from the Dons player. He finds Koike. Koike crosses in, almost finds Hoskins, and the header's in. And it's Louis Apray who scores to make it 2-0. The initial flick from Hoskins, and it's an own goal. It's been given as an own goal, I think. Oh, was it Towler? I think it was, you know. Which is problematical. Free kick taken by Salby. Hangs it towards the edge of the penalty area. Guthrie's being held by at least 2 players there. The crowd saw that. Pinnock inside to Guthrie. Guthrie tries his luck and scores! Oh, wow, wow, wow! John Guthrie to step a score for the second time in 2 games. And it's a parlour. It's a half volley from just outside the penalty area, and it drops beyond O'Donnell into the back of the net. And Northampton Town make the breakthrough through their skipper with 3.5 minutes of the first half to play. Northampton appear to be going nowhere fast, but the ball then dropping to the big man Guthrie, and he tucked it home in fine style. His former teammate Richard O'Donnell. Hoskins right-footed. Oh, save! Back to Hoskins. Second chance. And he scores! Hoskins does make it 9-9. The first effort to the penalty spot, acrobatically saved by O'Donnell. but it went straight back to Hoskins, who touched the ball home from close range to double Northampton Town's lead. 17 to go. Hoskins makes it 9 in 9, incredibly. And Northampton Town make it 2-0. And take a big step towards a victory against us out of the penalty area. Plays it to Fox, who pops up on the right wing. Fox gets his head up, looks to cross here, goes around ball, goes to Leonard back here to Pinnock. Lovely pass there to Fox. Fox crossing in left-footed. Apparay to the back post. Make the point safe. Hoskins incredibly makes it 10 in 9. Phenomenal stuff from the Cobblers' longest serving player. Good approach by the Cobblers, and Hoskins at the back post. And they could hardly miss, could he? Northampton Town 3, Rochdale 0. Game set and match over the cannon.
Yeah, game set and match, and give a lot of credit there to Ben Fox again. Brilliant ball in, left footed right across the box, and Sam Hoskins does what he does.
Back post away by Kyle Wotton. Back into the mix again, not well cleared. Hoskins picks up, shoots right footed.
That's a strike.
Oh wow! Sammy Hoskins, 11 hit 11. Got a small deflection on the way through, and it flies over the Stockport keeper and into the net to give Northampton Town equaliser. Stockport not happy. They're complaining about a foul in the build-up to the goal. But Northampton Town back on terms within 2 minutes of the start of the second half, and it's Hoskins again. Sammy Hoskins yet again. Northampton Town 1, Stockport County 1.
You know, when you're hot, you're hot. You know, and I tell you what.
3 up against Leicester. Pinnock with the corner. Goes into the 6-shot box. Got it in! And Northampton Town have scored. And it's Harvey Lintott, the fullback, who's netted for the first time in Cobblers colours. Booming header. No chance this time for the Stockport keeper. And the Cobblers have turned it round, folks, in fine style. 18 minutes gone in the second half. And the Cobblers have scored twice in that time to turn this game around. On the money again from Pinnock. And Harvey Lintott's header finds the back of the net. The teenager applauds the Cobblers fans, trots back to halfway, and Northampton Town in front here. Chance here for the Cobblers. County ground goes quiet. Pinnock whips it in. Headed towards goal. Right into the net. And Northampton Town have scored. They're back on terms. And it's Ben Fox who scores for the first time in Cobblers colours. Northampton Town responding superbly to going behind with a goal within a matter of 3 minutes. It's a super finish from Ben Fox. A flying header from Pinnock's whipped in left-footed free kick. And Northampton Town back on terms here at the county ground. 67 played. And it's Swindon Town 1, Northampton Town 1, and the former Grimsby man has his first goal for Northampton Town. Goal scoring tally, and they remain the leading scorers in the competition ahead of Spurs. This is Hilton picking up for the Cobblers. Good work from Danny Hilton. Feeds it across to Fox, right hand side of the penalty. Fox crosses into the back post. Pinnock's in there, and Mitchie Pinnock scores!
Right.
And Northampton Town might well have snatched all 3 points late in the contest. Whipped in cross by Fox, and Pinnock stretching out a leg to tuck the ball home from close range, and he runs away to the part of the stand in which we're commentating from, in which the Cobblers fans are collected, celebrates with them and also with his teammates who jump all over him as Northampton Town take the lead here at the county ground. There's now a bit of pretend golf going on between Pinnock.
Going long ball, the ball bounced down, and Northampton just held it in behind, and Apri is on the spot.
Apparay scores! Keeper gets something on it, but not enough to keep it out. And the Scotsman scores for the 3rd time this season. And Northampton Town make the dream start here against the league leaders. Challenge and keeps Northampton on the front foot. 9 to go, 1-1. That's a slightly iffy pass, but Pinnock makes the most of it. Chips it forward and falls for Hilton just inside the penalty. Back to Barry. Barry's got it in! Kieran Barry with a left foot strike on the half volley. Got a deflection on the way through, but finds its way into the back of the Stevenage net. And Northampton Town retake the lead. Barry scores for the 3rd time for Northampton Town. And in front of those near 1,000 Cobblers fans, Barry goes to the ground and is pounced upon by his teammates as he celebrates a super finish, which has given the Cobblers a lead for the second time this afternoon against the league leaders. Stevenage 1, Northampton Town 2. Can they hang on? Scott McLeish.
Well, I said before the game there'll be goals in the last 10 minutes, and Northampton...
No more now, please. That's enough. That's enough.
Northampton are through right, but like I said, the two up front will be a big difference, and Apres ended up chasing one out to the wide. It's left Danny Hilton still in the box. He's brought it down, laid it off. It's a good strike by Bowie. He took a little deflection, I think, off of either Piergiani or Clark, the left back, but he's found the bottom corner.
Well, go on, Danny. He's being forced backwards, but he's got a chance here to keep the Cobblers on the front foot. Lovely back heel, Pinnock inside the penalty area, across ball, and it's falling into the net! Oh my word, what a goal! Sean McWilliams scores with a volley from close range. It's only the second time he's ever scored for his hometown club, and that is absolutely magnificent. Brilliant work by Pinnock, by Hilton, and then the volley by McWilliams is absolutely top draw. 86 minutes played, and the Cobblers come again. Stevenage 2, Northampton Town 3. Please, please, no more goals. Scott McLeish.
Told you, goals in the last 10 minutes, both these teams. What they got to do now, Northampton, they've got to calm down. They've got to make sure they keep their heads, no free kicks, no corners if they can help it. And I think Danny Hilton's also got to keep his head. He's just give it to one of their players. He done tremendous. He done absolutely tremendous.
Hilton is being held back by Colin Calderwood. I'm not sure what happened there. It happened away from the action, but he's Hilton's pointing at the Stevenage bench. He's having a point at Alex Ravel. He's now being led away by Louis Apres. We're going to see another change here for Stevenage. A Moo will come on, and he'll replace Jake Taylor on the right-hand side of the Stevenage attack. Oh, gather your thoughts, folks.
Placement to Bowie, who controls it, and then flicks it back to McWilliams, who is sent to ground then. Leonard gets involved. Leonard strikes it like a star!
Mark Leonard, the Brighton loanee, puts the Cobblers ahead inside 14 minutes. Strokes the ball home, right-footed. The keeper just couldn't get across to make the save. And Leonard opens the scoring and scores the first ever Cobblers goal against Sutton United in the 14th, in fact the 15th minute of the contest. Northampton 1, Sutton 0. And it's your man Mark Leonard on loan from the Premier League, Brighton and Hove Albion, who punches the air in delight. It's his first professional goal. And that's a lovely play by Apres. Sets Pinnock away left hand side of the penalty. Pinnock in here for 2-0. Pinnock on the left foot. Drills it and scores! Oh, it's a super finish by Mitch Pinnock. Terrific approach work by Apres. And the finish by Pinnock was true and powerful to the left hand side of the Sutton keeper. Had no chance at all. Pinnock had time to set himself and then drill it very hard beyond Lewis Ward. Second goal of the season for Mitchy Pinnock, and the game of golf has recommenced. We've seen a few of these simulations when the Cobblers have scored goals this season. He finds Haynes now. Haynes on the right foot, crossing into the back post. There's Ollie Mayo. Ollie Mayo heads it back for Hoskins. Hoskins scores! Sammy Hoskins makes it 12 for the season, and Northampton Town are level in the second minute of stoppage time. 12 now in 13 for Sammy Hoskins, and that is a super finish, right-footed. Just when you thought the Cobblers were going to cough up all 3 points. Credit to Ollie Mayo. Turn of the keeper, Ben Reeves, the midfielder. Lewis Walker is the striker, son of the former England player. This is the chance here for the Cobblers into the net. Super strike by Sam Hoskins, 13th of the season. And Gillingham just stood off him and stood off him and stood off him. And Hoskins went on and blasted the ball home into the roof of the net in fine style. 13 for the season, 13 in 14 for Super Sam. Gillingham 0, Northampton Town 1. It's going so well this season. Looking to go further clear of Manchester City. Hoskins inside the Gillingham penalty, left hand side, pulls it across into the net. 2-0 for Northampton Town, and they've doubled their lead through Kieran Bowie. No sorrow in Kent here for the Scotsman. He scores for the 4th time this season, and Northampton Town might just have made the points safe. Hoskins scored the first, sets up the second, and Bowie powering home from close range to give Northampton Town a cushion here in Kent. 71 gone. Gillingham 0, Northampton Town 2.
Just something to be aware of. Again, Lee Burgett did have a covered up one.
Pass for Richard Pinnock inside the penalty area. Pinnock with the top.
Get in.
Mitchie Pinnock scores for the third time this season. Kilometres at the back from Bradford City, trying to play out from the back, losing possession, and Pinnock set himself, took his time, and then just curled the ball home left-footed beyond the stranded Bradford City keeper Harry Lewis. Cool finish from Pinnock. Disastrous defending by Bradford City, and Northampton Town lead. Through the middle now comes McWilliams. The Cobblers rampant. McWilliams' ball finds Bowie, left-hand side of the 6-yard box.
Get in!
Sean McWilliams scores for Northampton Town. They've scored twice in the space of 90 seconds, and they've collared this game big time. Terrific bursting run for the middle from this near side. The whipped-in cross, and there's McWilliams, side foot, right foot, to score for the second time this season, and double Northampton Town's leads. Bradford still, as 6s and 7s, have conceded in such a calamitous way. Exposed again on this near side, and the crossball converted by McWilliams in fine style. Once again pushing on, providing the extra bit of attacking prowess for McWilliams, and scoring in the end with a degree of ease. And the Cobblers looking very confident on the ball. Fox with a crossfield pass which is super, finds Pinnock, who plays it back to Ollie Mayer. Lovely football from Northampton Town. This is delightful to watch. This is Pinnock now into the left wing channel to Apre. Cobblers just holding Bradford at bay and play some neat football round about the edge of the Bradford City penalty area. Apre picks up. Ollie Mayo now. Right foot cross from Ollie Mayo. That's decent. In there. And
Get in, lad!
3-0. And Northampton Town have scored. And they probably made this game safe. It's Sam Sherring's first goal for Northampton Town. And Northampton Town, rampant since half-time, go across en masse to their fans in the Bradford lift stand to celebrate.
Corner though, Hoskins again with those drilled ones. The right hand side towards the back post towards Sherring. Wins it. Oh, it's in front of goal. Fox all the way through. And it's a goal. It's the equaliser, and it's Sam Sherring with his second goal for the Cobblers. And they have figured out that corner problem. They've kept it away from the big man. Sherring gets a header at the back post. Fox tried to flick it, missed the ball, distracted the goalkeeper, and it trickles into that far post. And it only took them 3 minutes, and the Cobblers are back on terms.
Yeah, it's a great lofted ball to the back stick. Sherring's got the first contact, and as you say, Jake, it hasn't got much momentum on that ball, and I think he's going to hit it first time. And I mean, the composure to let it run on his left foot.
Oh, here he is again, Apre. They threw a goal, defensive mistake. Apre makes amends. 2-1 Northampton Town. And there's no groans around the stadium now as he slides towards the west stand. He's made amends, and the Cobblers lead.
Wow, we're just talking about, I was just saying his composure to put it onto his left foot, but then balloon it over the bar and on his stronger right foot. Carlisle have really imploded here in the last 5 minutes. They've been all at sea. They don't know whether they're coming or going, and that's been down to fantastic movement of the front three, finally paying dividends and finding the right passes to get into them.
Switch from left to right, and this is Pinnock, and this is Ollie Mayo playing it back to Pinnock. Pinnock crosses into the far post. Joseph Hoskins, super goal! Super Sammy! 4th into the season, and Northampton Town behind for 90 seconds, and now back on terms with a sublime finish. A sublime finish from Sammy Hoskins. Great cross by Pinnock, and the volley with a right boot by Sammy Hoskins into the bottom right-hand corner is absolutely top draw. 14 for the season for Super Sammy. And he's met by, good advantage played. Now picked up by Williams inside the penalty. Hilton back to Hoskins. Hoskins scores! Northampton Town are back in the contest. Deep into the final minute of the 90. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Hoskins with his 15th goal of the season, and suddenly from nowhere it's game on BBC Radio Northampton. Stepping back towards midway inside his own half, drilled in by Archibald, headed away at the near post by McGowan. This might be a counter-attack on here. Fox's first touch is good. He finds Eppier break to the middle. Here's Hoskins. Eppia's got possession now. Pass it, son. Does so. Finds Fox right inside of the penalty area. Fox at pace. Fox crossing in right-footed, and it's for Hoskins. And it's over the keeper. Oh my word! What a terrific save by Vigoro. I'm not sure he wasn't held down by the crossbar as well. Hoskins a whisker away from goal number 16. Cobblers still with chances here. This is Fox inside the penalty area. Fox scores! Ben Fox against the league leaders. Digs it out and tucks it out right-footed. in. Figaro scrambling, couldn't get across. And the former Grimsby man scores to give Northampton Town the lead and sends Sixfields into raptures. 50 minutes of the contest played and Northampton Town are ahead against the runaway league leaders. And it's Ben Fox, dropped from the starting lineup today, who's come back big time to score the first goal of the contest. Initially Hoskins denied by a fabulous Figaro save, but the Cobblers kept the move alive and Ben Fox scores. Peter Walton.
What a start of the second half we've just seen there. We've just seen a splendid effort from Hoskins, kept out the goal somehow by the
Fox as well, digs the ball out and finds Epi, who plays a pass to Odi Mayo, left hand side of the penalty. Odi Mayo advancing towards the penalty, cuts inside, shooting chance here, gets a deflection, falls again for Odi Mayo, the shot comes in, it's gone through the keeper into the net, and Sammy Hoskins has his 16th of the season, and that's a howler from Alex Cairns in the Salford City goal. Salford initially repelling the strike from Odi Mayo, but it bounced back to Hoskins, whose snapshot should have been gathered in comfortably by Cairns, but he let it go through him and it almost dribbles into the net in embarrassing fashion to give the Cobblers an equaliser. And Sammy Hoskins is Johnny on the spot again, 16 for the season now. Salford 1, Northampton 1, and after a poor start for Northampton, they got themselves back on terms with 22 minutes of the contest played. Smudger.
Yeah, I was just saying, need somebody to do something. I was talking about smashing somebody, but a goal will do better than a hard tackle. But again, you have to say goalkeeper's got to save it. But
from the left wing channel, Hoskins over the ball, will take it now, right footed, that's decent, Apre's header, and it gets into the back of the net, and Louis Apre claims it. I think it's Fox who's got the final touch. Yes, it is Ben Fox, the former Grimsby man, who scores for the third time for Northampton Town. The whipped-in cross from Hoskins, the flick by Apre, and then the decisive touch by Fox, which completely wrong-footed the homekeeper Farnham and gives Northampton Town the lead. Back now to Sherring, who stabs the ball forward and finds Apre, left-hand side of the penalty area. Finds a bit of space, gets goal side. Apre looks to cross in, goes short to Hoskins. Maybe a shooting chance. Good strike by Hoskins. Save with the keeper. Falls to Williams. And Northampton Town have made it 2-0. And Sean McWilliams off the bench and among the goals again to seal the deal here for Northampton in Cumbria. Terrific first-time shot by Hoskins, parried by Farnham and tucked home by McWilliams from close range to send those Cobblers fans on the far side into leaps of delight. Northampton Town then surely now on the way to 3 points here in Cumbria. Barrow 0, Northampton Town 2. Smudger.
Yeah, that's just what we needed. Again, good play from Louis Apre. He's had a much better second half. He's held the ball up, brought other people in again.
Is this the moment for the Cobblers to at least get themselves an equaliser? Leonard inside the penalty area, cleared by Rochdale, well away by Bennett. Falls on the near side for Sherring, flipped on by Lintop. Fox inside the penalty area, and he goes for a shot. Oh, it's a brilliant equaliser. Ben Fox has scored. The Cobblers fans didn't think it had gone in, but it's gone in, and Ben Fox has scored in spectacular fashion with a right foot strike from just inside the penalty area, and the Cobblers do get their equaliser with 90 seconds of the 90 to go, and their reaction is to run back to halfway. Stop by Leonard, space here for Koike. Koike's ball to Apre, left hand side of the penalty area. Options here for the Cobblers. Crossed into Hoskins, and Hoskins scores! Crossed by Apre, and Hoskins makes it 70 for the season, and the Cobblers take the lead in the 18th minute. Lovely move, terrific ball forward by Leonard, good work by Apre to set himself and get the cross in, and now was Hoskins on the half volley with a close range finish to give Northampton Town a precious lead here at Sixfields. Cobblers 1, Grimsby 0, and it's 17 for the season. The super Sammy Hoskins. Ray Warburton.
Fantastic goal. I thought the first pass was a little bit heavy at first.
Right-footed. There are 5 players round about the coach to keeper and the 6-yard box. Into the penalty area it goes. Hoskins is in there. The ball is still alive, and it's been turned in at close range by Louis Apre. 5 for the season, and the Scotsman is Johnny on the spot to fire home from close range, and Northampton Town take the lead in Essex. The corner by Leonard not dealt with at all well by Colchester. Loose ball inside the 6-yard box and swept home by Louis Apre to give the Cobblers a lead here. Colchester 0, Northampton Town 1. Gareth Wilshire.
Yeah, the Cobblers' strength at set plays, Tim. We've spoken about they've not scored quite as many at set plays this season as last season. They've added one to the tally this afternoon. A corner out on the Cobblers' left from Mark Leonard. The Cobblers' first corner of the afternoon. Delivered in, Colchester couldn't get the ball away, and similar really in a way to the goal John Guthrie scored here last season. Bit of a scramble.
He loses possession though, picked up by Leonard. He finds Pinnock. Pinnock with a shot, gets a deflection, and it's into the net! It's a super strike by Mitchy Pinnock. Got a big deflection on the way through, which sent the ball spinning wide of the home keeper and into the bottom left-hand corner of the Harrogate net. It's a super strike from Mitchy Pinnock, and he goes across with his arms out to celebrate with those Northampton Town fans on the terracing and in the stands on the far side. Cobblers have created so many chances, maybe one more here. Leonard into the heart of the penalty area, away by Crawley, forced to Southby, who volleys it! Wow! Jack Southby! His first ever goal at Sixfields, and it's a corker! It's an absolute corker on the volley, right-footed, and it flies into the net! And Northampton Town lead! 11 and a half minutes to play, and they make the breakthrough through the unlikely figure of Jack Southby. Super clean volley. Northampton Town 1, Crawley Town. Door here, the home side, we've said it before, we'll say it again. Home side looking really nervous. Can the Cobblers take advantage? Leonard with the corner from this near side, left by Pinnock. Leonard picks up to the edge of the penalty, tips it to the back post, header across goal. It's in the net, and Northampton Town have equalised. And I think it might be Sam Hoskins with the final touch. Or was it Sam Sherring? The Cobblers have equalised here. It's Pearn looking for his 19th goal of the season. Hoskins scores! Trucks it away into the bottom right-hand corner of the net. 19 for the season for Hoskins. It's a very confident penalty by the Northampton Town leading scorer. And John Brady's side make the breakthrough here after 27 minutes. The Fallon Apparay and the penalty converted by Sam Hoskins. Northampton 1, Mansfield 0 with 27 and a half minutes of the contest played. Luke Reed, that's Sol, out possession nicked, off it is beaten by Bowie. Bowie's away here towards the penalty area. What's the pass like? It didn't quite reach Southby. It's clear but not very well. Southby with Hoskins with the volley. Until the back post by Louis Apparay. Hoskins kept the move alive, volleyed the ball back into the penalty area, and there was Apparay on the volley from close range to roof it. He finds the back of the net in fine style, and Northampton Town, just after the quarter mark in the contest, take the lead, and deservedly so. Hoskins, the provider, Apparay, the scorer. 6 now for the season for the Scotsman, and Northampton Town ahead. Benji.
Tremendous work from Bowie to win the ball back just on the byline, just in front of us here, and he's travelled forward, and you thought he could have had a shot, but he decided he was unselfish. He tried to square it. The lad got a nick to it
Early on.
Hoskins goes short. Leonard plays it back now to Pinnock. Shooting chance maybe. Pinnock again to Hoskins. Hoskins back to Pinnock. Onto his left familiar right foot, but he throws it in. Into the net. Northampton Town lead, and Mitchy Pinnock scores inside the first 2 minutes of the contest. Well worked corner. The ball played back to Pinnock on the right foot, and he drills it hard into the net. I'm not sure that Jonathan Mitchell, the former Cobblers keeper, might not be disappointed with that. It seemed to go through him, and the Cobblers make the perfect start here in South Yorkshire. Doncaster 0, Northampton Town 1. First goal in 5 for the Cobblers against Doncaster, and it's the postman who delivers. Mitchell Pinnock, the scorer. Doncaster 0, Northampton 1. Second goal would certainly calm a few Cobblers' nerves with Doncaster. Oh, and it's awful close by Mitchell. Hoskins in with a chance here, and 2-0. And Northampton Town have scored again, and it's 20 for the season for Sammy Hoskins. He's a record breaker, first player since 2006 to score 20 in a season for Northampton Town, and it's another horrible mistake by the Donny keeper, Jonathan Mitchell, the former Cobblers man, with an awful clearance. Hoskins picking up inside the penalty area and driving home to give Northampton Town their precious second goal. Doncaster 0, Northampton Town 2. 0-0. Throw taken by Pinnock, loops it into the 6-yard box. McCracken comes, not that convincingly. It'll hang here for Hoskins. Back in again to Bowie, and the shot comes in! And it's Louis Apparay scoring for the Cobblers in the 5th minute. Not the best of defending by Stevenage by any stretch of the imagination. The keeper's punch wasn't deep and wasn't long enough, and operate Johnny on the spot to fire home from close range. It may have gone in off the post, but Northampton Town make the vital breakthrough, and it's a Scotsman operate on target again to give Northampton Town the lead. Northampton Town 1, Stevenage 0. A perfect start for John Brady's side.
Well, the best celebration there is from Clarence the Dragon.
Question on that Gillingham defence. Hondermark finds Haynes. Haynes finds Lintott. He's got a pass out here to Pinnock. Pinnock then crosses in left-footed. That's too close to the keeper, isn't it? No, it isn't. It's turning in as far away. Did he try for a break? Louis Upright scores! Super left-foot finish. A mistake really by the Gillingham keeper Morris. He shouldn't have come for that. He was in no man's land. The ball fell loose to Apre, who drills the ball home for his 8th of the season. And Northampton Town make a vital breakthrough. 32 played, Cobblers 1, Gillingham 0. And Apre on the spot to fire home. To Bowie, decides not to play it. Now Hoskins picks up and finds Hondermark, who drills it right-footed. And a pretty goal! Will Hondermark! First Cobblers goal! Oh, that's magnificent! Absolutely superb! 25 yards out, left rip right-footed, and it flies into the top right-hand corner of the net with the Gillingham keeper Morris clutching at air. 8 to go. Northampton 2, Gillingham 1, and Will Hondermark is on the mark. Northampton back in the box seat.
Well,
Peter Walton.
Well, just as Gilliam's goal came out of the blue, that was just came well. We just stood here watching Hondermark pick the ball up just outside the area of the Gillingham.
On the edge of the 6-yard box. Loops into the 6-yard box. Cleared, not very well cleared, and into the net from Northampton Town. And Louis Upright scores. It's a vital goal by the Scotsman. Sutton let the ball bounce a couple of times, and Upright is the fox in the box, scoring from close range to give Northampton a precious lead. 31 and a half gone here in Surrey. The Cobblers finds a way to a right behind the goal, go bananas. Upright scores again. And it's Sutton 0, Northampton 1. How important will that goal be in the context of the season as a whole? Pinnock's throw. Collins plays on to Bowen. The Cobblers have got a counter-attack on here. If it could be played right, Bowen's caught off the ball. Good advantage by the Cobblers. Hoskins on the chase. Real chance here for the Cobblers. Hoskins' first time cross is too deep, but it moves might find Pinnock. Pinnock turns the chase and scores! Northampton Town back in front. Mitchie Pinnock scores. There was a horrible challenge in the middle third, which left the Scotsman Bowie on the floor, but Northampton played on, and they scored through Mitchie Pinnock in the 4th minute of the second half to restore their lead. What about 5 minutes after
bringing Haynes back in there.
Sheringham and Alugby ball into the penalty area across the post of the goal into the net. Has it gone in? Yes, it has. The goal's been given and Northampton's at a level. I'm not sure who got the last touch. It was potentially, it is indeed David Norman, the Canadian, with his first goal in English football. Bit of a scramble on the goal line, but David Norman punching the air as he moves back to halfway has got the equaliser. The Cobblers behind for what, 6 minutes maybe? Follow him, but he falls to the ground and loses possession, and Hoskins can run and find lots of space to do so. He's looking to pick a pass here, Sam, the skipper today, in the absence of Guthrie, finds Apre. Now onto Bowie, just outside the punch onto Hoskins. He's not offside. Hoskins wide right, drills it.
What a strike.
21 for the season.
What a strike that.
Sam Hoskins with a super finish after a super move. He had very little of the goal to aim for, but he picks his spot and drills into the bottom right-hand corner of the net, and the Cobblers score twice in the space of 12 minutes to turn this game on its head and take big steps towards promotion. Northampton Town 2, Harrogate 1. So possession's been nicked by Pinnock just outside the Harrogate penalty area. Third goal now will do very nicely for the Cobblers. Pinnock crosses into the back post. Bowie's here. Bowie,
that's the one.
Wow.
That's it.
Kieran Bowie makes it 3-1 to the Cobblers.
That's it.
In the last minutes of the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Wonderful cross by Pinnock, and the volley by Bowie for his 5th goal of the season gives the Cobblers a 2-goal cushion here on BBC Radio Northampton. Bowie's a star man in sound and vision. Northampton Town 3, Harrogate 1, and no wonder the Cobblers fans are singing "We Are Going Up." That's a super finish. The technique was top draw. Northampton Town in the box seat, Terry Angus.
What a finish that is. You know, and credit, it's come out of nothing. And again, Harrogate have turned over possession, not got back into shape. Pinnock, he's picked up a ball and he's seen Bowie just pull off the centre-back. The centre-back or the full-back streaming, and that is a finish.
Lintott goes into a position inside the penalty, ball to the back post, and header across goal. And
second goal of the season for the Cobblers man. It might be the sweetest he's hit, and it's by far the most important. Captivating. Oozing class.
After a 2-year absence, this is Burge clearing. There goes the final whistle, and Northampton Town are back in League One. They've gained promotion here with a 1-0 win, and now the Cobblers fans in their pink tops are on the pitch in their hundreds. It's a wonderful, wonderful moment for Northampton Town. After the misery of last season, they've come good this time round, and their 11th away League One of the season secures the 3 points and takes them up in 3rd place in League Two. Bring on next season, bring on Cambridge United, possibly Peterborough United, certainly Portsmouth, certainly Charlton, and a bunch of very other interesting fixtures to look forward to once August is upon us. I was going to say 2 things before I bring in Jake, as the players come to this near side now and celebrate in front of the stand from which we've been commentating. I promised I'd mention this on the last day of the season if the Cobblers got promotion. I'm going to mention Ben Fox. He sacrificed himself when the Cobblers weren't playing so well back in the winter with a fabulous stop block to prevent Wimbledon nicking all 3 points at Sixfields. His season ended as a consequence of that bravery, and he made a contribution, and I said I'd mention that when he was on the Cobblers show, so I've mentioned it now. Well done Ben Fox, he'll be a key part of the Cobblers in League One next season. And the other one on a very personal level, I just want to say well done to Jake Sharp. You've never seen the Cobblers in League One, not as a presenter of a programme at a ground in League One where they've been playing, so he gets that chance now. He'll get that chance in August. So well done Jakey boy, I'm delighted for you, and I'm delighted too for Northampton Town, who've got promotion here. It's their first promotion automatically since 2016, when Chris Wilder's side ran away with League Two. Before that he had to go back to 2006, when of course the current assistant manager Colin Cotter won a promotion, and before that to 2000 when the Cobblers won on the last day of the season under Kevin Wilson to book 3rd place in League Two. They've reached the League Two 3rd place again this season. Mitch Pinnock is in the middle of a huge group of Cobblers fans shrouded in pink mist, and he's waving to me, Smudger, but it's like a traffic bollard. Where's he got that from? No, but it's a champagne bottle, sorry, and it's being chucked around with a couple of plastic kangaroos as well, just to make Northampton Town's Australian manager John Brady feel at home. Sam Hoskins is in there as well. He's being held shoulder high by a couple of Cobblers fans. This is a glorious moment, folks. Savour this, drink this in on BBC Radio Northampton. After all the heartbreak of last season, after the setbacks of this season with so many key players sidelined by injury, this is a fantastic achievement by Northampton Town. Make no mistake about that. And who knows, from now onwards, the good times really might start to roll, and you might just see the Cobblers become a force rather higher up the league pyramid than League Two. I'm going to shake the hand there of the Cobblers secretary Nick Ansell, who's always very calm in these situations. And we've now got smoke pouring in front of us here, obstructing our view, but I've got to be honest, folks, I don't really care because the Cobblers are up. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful day here at Prenton Park. Final score, Tranmere 0, Northampton 1. It was anxious for long periods, but Sam Hoskins' goal after just 5 minutes separating the side. 22 for the season by Hoskins, sublime right foot volley. And Northampton Town very courteously here and very sportingly being applauded by the Tranmere fans. Lovely club Tranmere, they welcome us today and have been very, very kind and hospitable. And quite a few of their fans waiting behind us to applaud the Cobblers and watch on as Northampton Town's fans mass in front of the dugouts here in front of the tunnel at Prenton Park. No doubt hoping for the Cobblers players who are still being embraced in that crowd down there to get off the pitch and maybe at some point come back on again, you never know. Final score then from Prenton Park, Northampton Town are up on BBC Radio Northampton. Tranmere Rovers 0, Northampton Town 1. Hoskins is 22nd of the season. You can probably hear the crowd singing here. We are going up. They are, you know, folks, they're going up to League One. And they've done so here with a professional and efficient performance. Jake Sharp.
Oh, Martin Smith, I've got a bit of a lump in my throat after that. The amazing scenes here at Prenton Park. And after the heartbreak of last season, the injuries that the Cobblers have had this season, no one deserves this more than John Brady and that coaching staff and these supporters and these players as Max Dyche rides the shoulders, as Sean McWilliams rides the shoulders, as Sam Hoskins crowd surf across these Cobblers fans because the town are going up. Oh, what an afternoon. And what scenes.
It's fantastic here. It is nothing more than they deserve. You've just said it there. John Brady, Colin, the whole staff, and what they've been through this season, the injury, you've got to give every player who's played credit. You know, today, the lads who played, the ones who were fit a lot of the have been fit a lot of the times, and they've put so much into this, and there's times it could have been quite easily for them just to think it was going against them and not give up, but just sort of think, wow, it's not going to be our time, but they've stuck together. It's been, we've said before, that siege mentality, maybe that's got them there, and it has got them there today, got them over the line in the end. We've managed to actually enjoy maybe the last 4 or 5 minutes of that game once the Stockport result came through, but yeah, and just great scenes now. I say everybody on the pitch, and as I say, just enjoy it. These moments are absolutely fantastic, and if you're the players, stay out there as long as you can and milk it as much as you can, because these are